The following program was produced by WEFT Champaign 90.1 FM, community radio for East Central Illinois, and you can always listen online at WEFT.org. Thanks for tuning in to the Illini Gadget Garage podcast. The Illini Gadget Garage is a free collaborative repair clinic located in West Research Park. This podcast focuses on sustainable practices regarding technology and will discuss relevant news, tips, and tricks to empower listeners to positively impact their community. Tis the season when the weather starts to turn warmer and people find themselves craving iced tea and lemonade, or perhaps an increased necessity of caffeine to fuel us through the workday or school day as deadlines approach. Whatever the reason, we frequently find ourselves with a beverage in hand as we interact with our personal electronics. So what do you do when happens? Liquid spills are a gamble of time and no small portion of luck. When it happens, you'll want to react as quickly as possible. So here are a few steps to keep in mind to help prevent damage to your laptop and yourself due to a spill. 1. Turn it off. Don't bother with the start menu shutdown command. Do a hard shutdown. Hold your finger down on the power button until the laptop turns off. Liquids and electricity do not mix, and when they do, it can be dangerous to both you and your laptop. 2. Kill the power. If you're plugged into power with your laptop, unplug immediately. If you have a removable battery, remove it. 3. Unplug everything else. If you have any cables, devices, or drives like USBs, mice, flash drives, unplug them. If your laptop shorts, it can short them as well. 4. Flip it over. Help keep the liquid from traveling further into your laptop's components by not letting it sift through it. When you flip it, try to do it in a way that keeps the liquid from traveling towards the screen. Do not shake the laptop in order to try and get the liquid out. It may cause further damage to internal components as it wiggles around your laptop, finding new crevices to hide in. 5. Clean up the spill. Fingers crossed it was just a tiny spill, but if it wasn't, you'll want to be sure to blot the spill with a lint-free paper towel or cloth. Pat, blot, don't wipe. Wiping may push the liquid onto other areas of the keyboard, causing further possible damage. By this point, you've done most of what you can to save it. Now it's just a waiting game. Try not to turn your laptop back on for at least 24 hours, so that the internal components can dry out thoroughly. If you're able and willing, it might be a good idea to open your laptop to remove some components and help speed up the drying process and check for damage. Now the next thing to consider is what kind of beverage was spilled on it. The great majority of liquids will require some cleaning of your keyboard and likely some of the internal components as well, especially those that contain sugar. Sticky laptops are no fun. Aside from shorting out components, the biggest problem with liquids invading your laptop is that the particles in the liquids can cause corrosion. Many times, if you notice some small quirks of your computer, like a few keys don't work after your laptop's been turned on after a spill, this is due to corrosion, and it can get worse over time. So please keep in mind, these steps are not guaranteed to save your laptop. They're just best practices for minimizing the damage. So save early, save often, and always try to have important projects, files, and folders saved somewhere else, just in case.
Sit here thinking of you. Maybe I'm painting blue. What I'm about to do. Show your love.
Interested in learning more? You can access this via our Facebook page or email us at illinigadgetgarage@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to the Illini Gadget Garage podcast, produced in association with WEFT Champaign 90.1 FM, community radio for East Central Illinois, and always online at WEFT.org.